Today I will be using a springtime theme to talk about mutations, and more specifically, point mutations. A point mutation is a mutation that changes a single nucleic acid base and substitutes it for another nucleic acid base. There are two types of point mutations, transition and transversion. I have included a genetic coding dictionary that will be used later on to determine the amino acid sequences. The original DNA sequence is found here. The template strand is above in the 3 to 5 prime orientation, and the coding strand is in the 5 prime to 3 prime orientation. I've already changed the T's to U's to make the mRNA strand. If we look at the wild type mRNA strand, we first have to find the start codon, which is AUG, which is found in green. AUG codes for methionine. Next we have valine, which is in the blue, and then we have arginine, which is in the purple, and then we have phenylalanine, which is in the yellow, and we have lysine, which is in the pink, and then we have our start codon in red. The first character that underwent a point mutation was Mr. Sun. Mr. Sun's point mutation occurred in the third frame of the DNA coding strand. The third nucleotide originally was a G, but mutated into a C. This causes resulting amino acids to change from AGG or arginine to AGC or serine. This is called a missense point mutation because the resulting amino acids change due to the mutation. This will also be a transversion because the G changed to C, which is a purine changing to a pyrimidine. The next character that underwent a point mutation was Miss Sunglass. Miss Sunglass's point mutation occurred in the fourth frame of the DNA coding strand. The first nucleotide originally was an A, but mutated into a T. This caused her resulting amino acids to change from AAG or lysine to UAG, which is a stop codon. This is called a nonsense mutation because the mutation caused the amino acid to change into a stop codon. Just like Mr. Sun, changing an A to T is a transversion because it's changing a purine into a pyrimidine. The next character that underwent a mutation was Mr. Kite. Mr. Kite had a mutation that occurred in the third frame in the last nucleotide of the DNA coding strand. It mutated a G to an A, which had no change in the amino acid sequence. This was an example of a silence mutation because due to the point mutation, the amino acid didn't change. And this also is called a transition because it changed from a G to an A, which was purine changing into a purine. The last character that underwent mutation was Miss Rainbow. Miss Rainbow had a mutation in the fifth frame in the second nucleotide. It was mutated from an A to a C, which caused the amino acid to change from a stop codon to serine. This is called a read-through because the point mutation changed the stop codon into another amino acid. Once again, like Mr. Sun and Miss Sunglasses, this is a transversion because A mutated to a C, which is a purine changing to a pyrimidine.